Hey, Zelda.
Hello there, I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series. I'm sure a lot of you saw me and thought there might be news about the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the
Just a
Wild
little.
game.
Nah, I'm not expecting it, to
Unfortunately,
be
we
honest.
don't have anything to share right now.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
We apologize.
But there's some Zelda news, right?
Development is proceeding smoothly, and we should be able to bring you some new information this year.
Okay.
For now, we'll have to ask you to wait just a bit longer. While you're all waiting, however, this Legend of Zelda game will be coming to Nintendo Switch.
Hey,
Please
what is it?
take a look.
Skyward Sword? Twilight Princess, Wind Waker? Oh, it's Skyward Sword. They're finally doing it. Okay. Makes sense. They did Wind Waker and Twilight Princess in the Wii U. I wonder how they're going to do the controls. Because from what I understand, like, it relies heavily on like the motion controls from the Wii remote. Yeah, I've never actually played this game. The first Zelda game I actually played all the way was Breath of the Wild, so... Gear him is kind of creepy. Hey, Skyward Sword HD.
What you've just seen is The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. This game originally released in 2011 on the Wii console, and now it's coming to Nintendo Switch. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword featured a control scheme in which players would use the Wii Remote Plus controller as a sword and the Nunchuck controller as a shield. With the increased processing power of the Nintendo Switch system, the controls here are smoother and even more intuitive.
Okay.
And we've recreated the controls for the sword and the shield here by
and here with the Joy-Cons.
Joy-Con controllers.
Alright, so there's
the
two
Joy-Con
different...
controller in your right hand is the sword. Swing it to have Link swing his sword in the game. The Joy-Con controller in your left hand is the
Fortunately,
shield.
I can't use that since my left Joy-Con has drift and I've been trying to fix it, but it doesn't work.
You can perform other actions like using
So I'll just stick with Pro Controller if I play this.
These physical actions like using both controllers to wield a bow and arrow. These physical movements add a sense of urgency and tension to combat. But we've also made it possible to play the game with button controls to ensure it can be played in handheld mode or on the Nintendo Switch Lite system. After mulling over how to assign different gameplay elements to different buttons, we decided to apply the sword motions to tilting the right control stick.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Tilt the stick down when you want to swing the sword downward. To swing to the right, to the left, or diagonally,
it's gonna be...
just tilt the stick in the respective
probably
direction.
Need some getting used to, because you're instinctually gonna want to move the camera with the right
Here's
stick.
something else we've been working on.
I don't think you can control the camera in this game.
Specially designed Joy-Con controllers.
Hey, those look
The
clean.
right Joy-Con controller is themed after the Master Sword, while the left
The
features
shield,
a
yeah,
shield
that's
design.
cool.
The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, as the game depicting the earliest story in the Legend of Zelda timeline, details the events around the creation of the Master Sword itself. We hope that people who played the original game on Wii, and those playing it for the first time, will enjoy discovering the origins of The Legend of Zelda. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD launches July 16th.
Okay, so that's at least one thing for the
Following this
35th
Nintendo
anniversary
Direct,
of Zelda.
You'll be able to pre-order the game on Nintendo eShop. And the
Hopefully there's more
specially designed
stuff, you know.
Joy-Con controllers will launch on the game's release date at
Oh, and the
local
Age of Calamity
retailers.
DLC, I guess.
Many of you
but
may
I
already
don't
know this, but The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword was the last original console game prior to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild game, and it was still following the established conventions of The Legend of Zelda. However, it gave a glimpse into many features and innovations that would eventually be adopted in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
The stamina
Using the
meter.
sailcloth to descend in midair.
Oh, I actually didn't know the sailcloth
As you scaled walls
started in
with
that game.
vines or ran.
But I did know the stamina.
Even the concept of collecting items to upgrade gear.
Oh.
I hope those of you who've played The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild will give this game a try as well.
But you can't jump, right? Like freely?
Please look forward to The Legend of Zelda Skyward
At least there's
Sword
no
HD.
breakable weapons in there.